بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello my dear students. Welcome to a new lesson. Our lesson today in our new book Mega Goal 1 for the first secondary students. Our unit 1 big changes lesson 1. Get ready with your book, your notebook, your workbook and your pen. Let's start. Look at your book. Notice these photographs, these paragraphs. Firstly, I want to ask you a third question. What do you know about these words? Overpopulation, endangered species, space exploration. What is the meaning of overpopulation? Overpopulation is the big increasing in the number of the people of a certain country. Endangered species, species related to, specifically to animals that died out or going to die out because of natural or man-made reasons. Space exploration. Space exploration are space exploration is journeys are made into space through spacecrafts. But what are positive and negative related to these words? Overpopulation is considered a catastrophe or a dilemma, so it's a negative. However, endangered species is also a dilemma or a catastrophe related to species of rare kinds of animals or creatures. But space exploration is something related to be good for the better for coming future for all mankind. Now, if you have this page, then answer this question. What's each photo of? Yeah, photo A is for the Saudi flag. The other one is for the UEA flag. The next one expressing spacecraft. The last photo is of a communication satellite, as you are going to see now. Yes, this is Saudi Arabian flag. This is UAE flag. This is expressing a spacecraft, and this is expressing a communication satellite. Now you are going to read these paragraphs to conclude information and to answer a certain questions to get use of these information. Now I am going to ask you some questions related to these paragraphs. Where is the Masmak fortress? The Masmak fortress is in the center of Riyadh. Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. Why was it important for King Abdulaziz to conquer it? It was important for King Abdulaziz to conquer the Masmak fortress because it allowed him to establish his headquarters in Riyadh and to make more areas, to get more areas. What does UAE stand for? UAE is the abbreviation of the United Arab Emirates. What was the space race? What is the meaning of what is the meaning of a space race? Yeah, a race to see who could land on the moon first. The next question, what countries were involved? What are countries were involved in this space race? The United States and the Soviet Union. How do you think satellites created a communication revolution? Satellites have a very important revolution in communication world. Why? Signals could be transmitted very quickly and the world has become as a small village. After that, why was Apollo 11 important? Yeah, because it has confirmed that the US won the race. What race? The space race. What happened in 1902? Yeah, King Abdulaziz marched into Riyadh and took the Masmak fortress at that date. When was the UAE established? The UEA, the United Arab Emirates, was established in 1971. What happened in the UEA in 1973? It's a very important date because the UEA dirham was launched as a national currency. After that, when was Sputnik launched? When was Sputnik 1 launched? Yeah, Sputnik 1 was launched in October 1957. What was significant about Sultan Salman Abdul Aziz Al Saud? He was the youngest person to fly on the space shuttle at the age of 28. What was Telstar? Yeah, the first communication satellite. Now, I have quoted a certain speech from the man who was the first one to put his feet on the moon, who was Neil Armstrong, the famous astronaut. Neil Armstrong has said, "This is one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." What did he mean by that? He mean that his small step as a human on the moon is a giant leap for whole mankind to go to a new modern ages of space industry. So a leap is a big jump or a big advancement. Now we have got some vocab through this lesson. Let's have them. Fortress. Fortress is something like a castle, especially if it is military one. Conquer. Conquer, to beat or to regain his truth. Headquarters. Headquarters is such as the central place for ruling or for controlling a certain place. Space race. The race was between the US and the Soviet Union for who was the one to get first into the space. Communication revolution. Communication revolution is the sudden progress in communication world. Currency. Currency is money for a certain country, such as dirham for Emirates, Real for Saudi Arabia, pound for England. Sputnik. Sputnik is a satellite, and it was first mentioned or first called for the first satellite of the Soviet Union. Launch. Launch, to set up or to begin something. So, our vocab today: fortress, conquer, headquarters, space race, communications revolution, currency, Sputnik, and launch. Now, open your workbook on page 1. We are going to put a certain word or a phrase related to each photo. Number 1 is done for you. The next one is, yes, expresses overpopulation. Number 2, natural disaster. Now, your rule to complete the rest. Finally, your turn to test your information to make a practical homework or a practical task. A. Write a paragraph about a global problem. Choose a global problem and write about it. B. Write a paragraph on an important global event from your point of view, explaining why. And don't forget to fulfill the exercises on your workbook, page 1. That's for now. I wish you have got use from this video. Waiting for you the next lesson, inshallah. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
مدارس رياض الصالحين، مستقبل واعد لجيل صاعد.